Everybody okay? Well, good. Thank you for coming in. And today's the day we'll make an announcement that the man responsible for killing Andrew Tan, the manager of the New Dynasty restaurant, is today behind bars here in Sarasota County. Through witness statements and exhaustive investigative efforts, detectives identified the suspect as 20-year-old Juan Rodriguez of Manatee County. On the evening of Sunday, July 14th, he punched Andrew in the head, knocked him to the pavement, causing severe head trauma, which ultimately took his life. I want to reiterate, it was one striking from this individual to Mr. Tan that caused him to go back and hit his head on the pavement and ultimately was responsible for the death of this man. One punch. A lot of the questions that people have is, why would somebody do this? And ultimately, at the end of the day, this individual striking him was really over the fact that he did not want to pay a $35.31 bill at the restaurant. So the death of a man is over $35.31. The medical examiner ruled that Andrew's death is the result of blunt injury to the head. Rodriguez was taken into custody yesterday in Bradenton in Manatee County and is here in Sarasota County now behind bars, and he is charged with manslaughter and is currently being held without bond. The two men who were with him that night are being utilized as witnesses at this time. Just for informational purposes only, for people who want to know that Mr. Rodriguez is a documented gang member out of Manatee County, but he's been arrested in the past on weapons charges, assault with a firearm, discharging weapons from a vehicle. But I want to reiterate that this is not a gang-related incident. He is purely a documented gang member. I think it's unfortunate that he kills this innocent man who's doing nothing more than trying to earn a living, being part of a management team there at New Dynasty, a family man who has a child who is in college, moving towards a career, who is no longer here to be with his child. I think it's also important to note for everybody that there is no video. Information we had was a rosary tattoo on our suspect, Mr. Rodriguez, and we received over 40 tips to Crime Stoppers on this crime that helped out our detectives with moving forward. I think I want to also thank Crime Stoppers for increasing the reward to $3,000 from the initial $1,000 that was there. And at the end of the day, we had available to us $6,000 looking for tips on this type of crime that happened. One of the initial calls we got was Brian Lopez, who is now one of the witnesses. He's in the photograph here. You can see him. The interviews we had later with Lopez, the detectives had Lopez, and the other gentleman involved, the other person in the photograph here, was the one that led to the information and a subsequent probable cause and the warrant to arrest Mr. Rodriguez and charge him with manslaughter. One person that's here with us now is Mary Lou Anderson. Mary Lou is the girlfriend of Mr. Tan, and I'm going to ask her to come forward and make a couple comments, and you have an opportunity to ask her some questions. But I want to thank the public's help for this. I also want to thank the Manatee County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Stubbe for the help that they gave us yesterday in locating Mr. Tan so we could bring him into custody and get him back down here to Sarasota County. So.
I just came here this morning to say thank you to the Sheriff's Department. From the very moment that evening when Andrew fell to the morning after when I was alone in the hospital, one of the officers sent his wife, who was a nurse, to be with me. They have been diligent and they have been tender to me at this most difficult time. So I just want to say thank you for all their help. This man took my tomorrows away, and I hope that the moment when they ask how shall he be judged, how shall he be put away, how long, that I get a chance to take his tomorrows away as well. His son thanks you. His sister in China thanks you. Hearts have been broken around the world for Andrew.